Welcome to Tax Talks, understanding the basics of taxes and compliance. In this reviewer, we'll break down the key concept about taxation, from its purpose, who collects it, and where the government gets its authority to tax, to the penalties for non-compliance. Let's get started. First question is, what is the primary purpose of taxation? Letter A, to regulate business. B, to fund government operations and public services. Letter C, to punish wealthy individuals. And letter D, to increase government power. The correct answer is letter B, to fund government operations and public services.
The primary purpose of taxation is to provide the government with the funds it needs to operate and deliver essential services to the public. That includes building and maintaining infrastructure, paying government employees, running public programs, ensuring national security, and law enforcement. A is wrong because while taxes can influence business behavior, this is not their primary purpose. Business regulation is usually done through laws, permits, and regulatory agencies, not taxation alone. Letter C is also wrong because this is a misconception. Some tax systems are progressive, taxing higher income at higher rates, but the goal is fairness and revenue generation, not punishment. Taxation aims to distribute the tax burden equitably, not to target specific groups out of spite. And lastly, letter D is wrong. Taxation does provide resources that allow governments to function, but the purpose is not to expand power for its own sake. Instead, it enables the government to serve the public interest. Power is a byproduct, not the purpose.
Question number 2. Which agency is primarily responsible for collecting national taxes in the Philippines? Letter A, Department of Finance. Letter B, Bureau of Internal Revenue or BIR. Letter C, Bureau of Customs. And letter D, Civil Service Commission. The correct answer is letter B, Bureau of Internal Revenue or the BIR.
The BIR is a government agency primarily responsible for the assessment and collection of all national internal revenue taxes in the Philippines. These include income tax, value-added tax or VAT, percentage tax, excise tax, and more. The BIR operates under the Department of Finance. The letter A is wrong because the DOF oversees fiscal policy and supervises revenue-generating agencies like the BIR and the Bureau of Customs, but does not directly collect taxes. While the C is also wrong, the BOC is responsible for collecting customs duties and import or export taxes, not national internal revenue taxes like income tax or VAT. While the letter D or the CSC is responsible for human resource management and personal matters in the government, it has nothing to do with the tax collection.
Next question, number 3. The authority of government to impose taxes is based on which principle? Letter A, lifeblood doctrine. Letter B, police power. Letter C, doctrine of equality. And letter D, due process doctrine.
And the answer is letter A, lifeblood doctrine. The lifeblood or the lifeline doctrine holds that the power to tax is essential to the existence and survival of the government. Just as blood is vital to human life, taxes are vital to the government's operation. Without taxes, the government would not have the financial resources to function and provide services to its people. The police power is wrong. This is the government's power to regulate behavior and enforce order for the welfare, health, and safety of the people. While related to governance, it is not the basis for the taxation. The letter C is also wrong because this refers to the idea that taxation should be fair and equitable, meaning taxpayers should be treated equally under similar circumstances. It's a guiding principle in tax policy, but not the legal basis for the authority to impose taxes. The letter D is also wrong because this ensures that no person should be deprived of life, liberty, or property without legal procedures and fairness. It applies to how taxes are implemented, example, the fair assessment, but not to the government's authority to tax.
Number 4. The authority of local government to impose local taxes is derived from letter A. National Internal Revenue Code, letter B. Local Government Code of 1991, letter C. Philippine Constitution, and letter D. Bureau of Internal Revenue Regulations. The correct answer is letter B. Local Government Code of 1991.
The Local Government Code of 1991 specifically grants local government units the authority to create their own sources of revenue. This law empowers cities, municipalities, and barangays to collect local taxes such as business permits, community tax, and real property tax, promoting fiscal autonomy and decentralized governance. Letter A is wrong because it governs national taxes such as income tax and VAT, which are collected by the Bureau of Internal Revenue or the BIR. It does not grant taxing powers to local governments. The letter C is also wrong because it does not directly delegate specific taxing powers to local government. Instead, it mandates Congress to enact laws to implement such powers. Letter D is also not correct because these are the administrative guidelines for enforcing national tax laws, but they do not grant legal authority for LGUs to impose taxes.
What type of tax is automatically included in the price of goods and services? Letter A. Income tax. Letter B. Capital gains tax. And letter C. Value added tax or VAT. And lastly, letter D. Withholding tax. The correct answer is letter C. Value added tax or the VAT.
Because value added tax is an indirect tax, meaning it is not directly paid by the consumer to the government but is embedded in the price of goods and services. Businesses collect VAT from consumers and remit it to the BIR. Because it's already included in the selling price, consumers often don't see it as a separate charge. The letter B is wrong because this is a tax on the profit from the sale of capital assets like property or investment. Letter D is also wrong because this is partial payment of income tax withheld by employers from an employee's salary or by payers of income. It is not related to the selling price of goods or services.
Number 6. The power to impose taxes lies with which branch of government? Letter A. Executive. Letter B. Legislative. Letter C. Judiciary. And letter D. Local government units. The correct answer is legislative. Letter B.
Only this branch has the constitutional authority to enact laws that impose taxes. This ensures that taxes are imposed through a process that involves representation and deliberation. Letter A is wrong because the executive branch only enforces tax laws. Letter C is also wrong because it just interprets laws and settles tax disputes. Same goes with the letter D.
Number 7. Failure to pay taxes within the prescribed period will result in letter A. Surcharge and penalties. Letter B. Refund of taxes paid. Letter C. Tax exemption. And letter D. Additional tax holidays. The correct answer is surcharge and penalties.
Letter A is the answer because a surcharge of 25% to 50% is added to the tax due, depending on the nature of the violation. Letter B is wrong because refunds apply only to the overpayment or erroneous collection. While letter Z is wrong, non-payment does not grant exemptions. While D is also wrong, tax holidays are incentives, not penalties.
What is the tax imposed on a person's total compensation and business income? Letter A. Income tax. Letter B. Capital gains tax. Letter C. Real property tax. And letter D. Business tax. The correct answer is letter A. Income tax.
Letter A or income tax is levied on all earnings from employment and business professional income. Letter B is wrong because it only applies to gain from sale of capital assets like real estate or stocks. Real property tax is also wrong because it is a local tax on ownership of real estate, not on personal income. Business tax is also incorrect because it is a local tax on gross sales or receipts, not total income.
Number 9. Which of the following taxes is imposed on business operations at the local level? Letter A, value-added tax. Letter B, business tax. Letter C, corporate income tax. And letter D, exercise tax. The correct answer is letter B, business tax.
Because local government units or LGUs impose business tax on businesses operating in their jurisdiction. The value-added tax is wrong because it is a national tax collected by the BIR, not LGUs. While letter C is also wrong because it is a national tax on corporate profits administered by the BIR. Letter D or excise tax is also wrong because it is a national tax on specific goods like alcohol, tobacco, petroleum, not related to local business operations.
Number 10. What is the penalty for under-declaring taxable income? Letter A, refund. Letter B, criminal prosecution. Letter C, payment of tax deficiency with interest and penalty. And letter D, additional tax holiday. The correct answer is letter C, payment of tax deficiency with interest and penalty.
Letter C is correct because payment of tax with deficiency with interest and penalty is a substantial underdeclaration. 30% is presumed fraudulent and penalized heavily. Letter A is wrong because refunds are not applicable to tax violations, while letter B is also wrong because criminal prosecution may occur in cases of willful fraud, but it's not the default or automatic penalty. Letter D is also incorrect because additional tax holiday are benefit or incentives, not punishments.